Hey guys, hopefully you are well. So far we're up to round 11 and we've got two more rounds left of the SuperCoach season. So it's been quite a quick season and quite fast and full on as well too. And I hope everyone has had a chance to do quite well with their teams. I've sort of had a bit of a rough round two when the app decided not to work, and I was at the Scorchers game and it took Richardson out of my team. I had him vice captain and it just logged out and I had to refresh and it wouldn't work. So if you are having issues with the iPhone or with your app, it's a few people have had the same issues as well too. So just be careful. Make sure you do your trades on the computer, which I've also been doing too. I've also thought I'll chat about a few double game week players coming up because it is double game week time for the last two rounds with the Scorchers, the Heat, and also the Canes in the last round. Now, if you look at I actually worked out a little sneaky thing, which is the updated trade system. If you look here, I still got 8 trades left, even though I made about 3 different trades. So I did Hanscombe to Renshaw, then I did Sutherland to Nisa this week, put Nisa vice captain because I thought after getting 0, he'll bounce back and he's averaging 55. He managed to get 115, so I kept that, as you would on a single game week. However, Short got 117, so beat it by 2, but still I'm not too fussed because as you wouldn't say no to 115 on a single game week, that's for sure. And I also got in Renshaw for Hanscombe 147. However, I did notice, I did my planning for the next 2 rounds. I needed to trade out Agar because Cameron Green plays first in round 12 and Hanscombe plays last. So I traded Agar out, then I got Hanscombe back in. But because I had Hanscombe in at the start of the round, that meant I actually didn't technically trade him out, even though I did, and then I didn't, if that makes sense. So now with the updated trade system, you can actually get one more trade up your sleeve. So I did about 4 changes but then, yeah, that makes sense. All right, so I am going to loop 37. I know 37 is probably a bit low for a single game week, but Hanscombe plays last next round and won't play next round, whereas Green plays first. So my plan is to trade Green out to a Scorcher. That way I'll have 5 Scorchers and 5 Heat. And then I'm going to just check the weather to see how the weather is going to be for the Hobart and Heat game. I'm going to have to probably put all the Hurricanes on the bench and then just play my Heat players because, unfortunately, Hurricanes have the last round double game week and you want to try and load up on that. But you don't want to load up too much because we saw Hurricanes don't have too many standout players. But you got the likes of Ellis, which I have already. You could also do a pod move like Ashraf. He's been doing all right. Apart from his 10 this week, the last 3 games he's been scoring 60s. Wade also was a bit low this week. He got 10 last night at the Scorchers game. However, you could also McDermott might be pretty cheap. He could be a nice little unique as well too. Well, everyone will have him now. But try and look out for your pod ones because that will climb your rankings. Earlier this year I was about 4,000, then got to 1,000. Now I'm about 800th. So still quite a fair way off what I did last year with 69th. But to fight back after all the stuff ups with the app, losing about 400 points, I'm still happy to still be amongst in the top 1,000. I think as long as you can get in the top 1,000, then you'll be quite happy because there are 60,000 people doing it this year, and that's pretty much like the top 1%. So well done to those that are in the top 1,000 and also in the or even in the top 100 as well too, because that's quite a good feat to be as well. So this is my team at the moment. Obviously I still got a boost up my sleeve. I decided to leave my boost until the last 2 weeks just so I can either get maybe 1 more Scorcher or I can use 4 trades instead of 3 trades, because if I get 5 Scorchers, they have a bye last round, so be careful. You don't want to get too many Scorchers. So you can't really get more than 6, I would say, because otherwise you'll be stuffed with your loops. Unless you got a boost left, then you can use 4 trades in the last round, which I'm trying to plan to do. I don't really want to use my boost next round. The only way I'll use my boost next round is if I have to really loop someone, but I will have Hanscom as a loop already, so I sort of planned ahead. What I did, I wrote out my team for the next 2 rounds, and I'm also going to maybe try and either bench. I might get trading Travis Head because he's done quite bad the last few weeks and he's bound to score quite well. Now, another thing about the Scorchers, looking at the fixtures, Sydney Sixers and Perth Scorchers are the top 2 teams this year. Again, very good surprise that is. I'm happy with that because I work with the Scorchers, so happy with the Scorchers. But same 2 teams at the top. Now, Perth Scorchers are playing Strikers first in round 12. Sixers, there we are, round 12. Let's have a look at round 12. Here's round 12. So they're playing Strikers first up. Now, if we want to, Scorchers will want to field a full team, right? The first game, because I want to finish on top. So they must win this game. If Thunder beats Sixers, then Scorchers will automatically finish top because they are currently 1 point ahead of Sixers now. So if they win, if they beat Strikers, then they will finish on top if Thunder win. That means Scorchers against Renegades at Optus Stadium, there'll be a good chance they might rest some players or rest some bowlers, which I would think they would. However, if Scorchers win and Sixers win, then Scorchers have to beat Renegades because Sixers still have a game next round where Scorchers are finished. So just keep an eye on that with the players. And also just keep an eye on the weather for this game as well too. At the moment, a 60% chance of raining, so just be careful with that. You'll keep an eye on that. I also do a few Twitter podcasts as well on Reese FM. If you have any questions, leave it below. But yeah, as you can see, I got pretty much full of Scorchers and Heat. I've got 1 Sixer, Abbott and Short at the moment. Short and Abbott are quite popular, so if you want to do maybe a pod move, you might want to trade one of them out and then try and move up the rankings as well too, because pods actually help you move up the order. Like when I got Ellis in, he got 98 the week when he was a pod. Now everyone has him, so just try and go a few weeks ahead of people. I got in Renshaw this week as well too. He got 147, so not many people had Renshaw this week because he's been averaging quite low before that. So just try and look out for players that you think they'll do well. Like Nisa was my pod vice captain. A lot of people went for Labuschagne, but I thought I'll go Nisa because he scored a bit low the other week and he's been averaging 55, so he got back 115, so I was pretty happy with that. So good luck with your teams. If you have any questions, let us know. But I will do a Twitter podcast on Reese FM. And good luck with your final 2 rounds. Good luck with the finals too. At least the finals will be a bit more relaxing to watch the teams and that too. So good luck to your team. And go Scorchers.